right. Good evening, everybody. And how are we all doing on Friday, the 1st of March? And happy St. David's Day, just in case you're Welsh. Hello, good evening, madam. How are you doing? And cigar with Dark Shadow Rage Comfy. Thank you very much for the 23-month sub. And good evening to you too. Who is Saint David? He is the patron saint of Wales, Maddock. Just like George is the patron saint of England, Patrick Ireland, Andrew Scotland. Doing good, currently playing Doom. Classic or new Doom? Which is a thing you can now say to anyone who just says playing Doom these days. Classic, very good. So yeah, I know I said I wasn't planning on streaming until Sunday, but the co-op night has been is not happening tonight because Draukin is out having a good time in a pub. So before I thought I took this opportunity, since it's the first of the month, to squeeze in a sweet state. The 68th one, to be precise. Now, just as a refresher, in case you don't know what the sweet state is, it's basically a monthly thing I've been doing for over 5 years, where basically I talk about things that have happened on the channel, things that are going to happen, and the current state of everything John Suitepee related. Kind of like a vlog, if you will. In the old time, used to have a relationship with Wales. We have relatives of them here as our royalty. Here's to another 23 months, and then the next 23 months after that. Yes. So, yeah, basically I just talk about all kinds of stuff. You had to finish rooting in Dying Light too. Very nice. So, in the last two sweet states of this month, I just killed that game has Revenants in it. But I guess it's not like... well, I don't know, actually. It is a game about zombies, so it could be a skeleton, I guess. Or some kind of zombie thing that gets back up or something like that. Anyway. So in the last two sweet states of this year, I've been experimenting with the idea of playing a video game in the background of the stream. It is a special event infected that shoot flaming puke. Oh, that sounds just as annoying as a Revenant in Doom, so yeah. So for the last 2 months, I've been experimenting with the idea of having some kind of video game in the background, sort of while talking about the sweet state stuff. I think it worked out well in January when I was playing Saints Row 4. It didn't work out well last month when I was trying it with Dead by Daylight. But I'm giving it one more try for this month. So I thought this time, while doing my sweet state, I thought I would be playing something that might be a little more palatable for... and after he dies, no more inhibitor to upgrade your stamina and health, you get free. Collectible upgrades. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to cut away from this awesome intro screen and cut to the game of choice that I will be playing, theory anyway, while I talk about the sweet state stuff. So, this is Ultimate Doom. You may have heard of it. This is a last minute decision, but, you know, I've been reading that Doom Guy book by John Romero, which is pretty interesting. And it just got me into the mood for, like, wanting to play some classic Doom for some reason. Not that I need much of an excuse for that, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to play some Ultimate Doom, and I'll talk about stuff in between levels or something like that. So, yeah. What twist? I'm playing Doom. In DSDA Doom, with... Let's change it to OpenGL, shall we? You said place your guy on Doom Guy's face. Tries an OpenGL, so it looks like in DSDA Doom. So, yeah, let's see how well this goes, shall we? The fuck is that screen raise? What? This is very bright. Eye gamma? Alright, well, it's bright, yeah. But I'm running it in DSDA, dude. Though, honestly. Hello, Cold King, how you doing? There we go. Let's change that compatibility back to what it's supposed to be. Eating non-meat related dinner. Yeah. Dang nabbits. Well, I will be talking about personal stuff, right? It's just that Hangar's very quick level to get first. The first one. My mind knows. I don't need to go into the secret, to be honest, though. Don't even need it. Alright, so that was E1M1. Overall, the level is very quick and good and is totally a hanger. Will you stop going on about the friggin' brightness? I know I've said nothing yet. Look, I'm getting to that. There will be doom in between points, and I'm starting the first one now. Yes, I know it's fucking bright. I don't know how to fix it. I'll change it, alright? You already talk about the sweet state, and yet you're going on about your eyes being burned. Why don't you turn your gamma down? Your contrast on your monitor. Why don't you make the adjustments instead of the streamer? Alright, yeah, so the first thing I usually like to talk about in these is my personal situation, as always. But there's not really what to say this time. Well, there's not a lot, but there is one point that's coming up later this month. It's John's natural radiance beaming through our screens. Hey, Rossi, how you doing? Hope you had a good week, by the way. Hope February treat you well as it retreated into the darkness. So it's been my second week in my new role as a level 2 teaching assistant, and that's been pretty hectic, to be honest. We've had staff illnesses, kids have been coughing and sputtering, which is why I have a bit of a slight cold. How many XP is level 2? About 3 years of XP, I think. So that's how long it took me to get it. So my main concern regards that was the fact that how much would it impact my free time with the increased responsibilities and so forth. Um, and it turns out at the moment, it feels like it actually probably won't really be that much different to what I was doing before in terms of the amount of hours that is required. I mean, I do have more stuff to do, and I could probably start a bit earlier some days to get resources prepared for work, but for the most part, it's the same. You know, I do my shift from like 8:45 to 3:30, 5 o'clock on Wednesdays, and then I'm done. So, gets you closer to your house. Yeah, that's true. It does get me closer to my house, and I'm now up to 22K in savings. So, I'm hoping to break the 30K mark at the end of this year. Um, so yeah, it doesn't seem. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks. We'll see how things develop. I am slowly being lifted into the position with more and more and more and more stuff being asked of me to do. Weird aiming bug your turret had. I think so. Yes. Oh, that's good. You do that programming. But yeah, it seems like at the moment anyway that my free time will be about the same as it was before, which is great. I was half thinking like maybe I'd have really long after days where I'd have to spend like an hour or two after work all the time, and it seems I don't really have to do that. So that's good news. Other than that, I can't have much else to say on the front. Setting for PC level enthusiast build PC with imaginable RGB lights to radiate brightness even more. I already have a computer that radiates RGB lights. I'd actually come to think of it, that I've never actually adjusted the settings for those lights, so they forever are RGB. Yeah, you've all seen it. Yeah, well, it doesn't have water cooling. But there you go, you can see it inside there. There's the RGB of part of the inside of the PC. And then you've got the keyboard, which is doing the glowy thing. And then this mouse, which is also doing this glowy thing. And there's, well, yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, I know you can change the light setting, but I don't mind the rainbow glowiness. I got used to it very quickly when I purchased this a few years ago, so I've sort of kept it. No, I don't have fishes swimming. I know I've been suggested to get water cooling, and in the future I need to make some upgrades to this computer. I need to get like an M3 installed, because at some point I'm going to need to upgrade the amount of space my SSD has, but that's probably going to be a job for the summer, I think. Well, I'll get some computer upgrades and other things I might need, but I don't want to spend too much. Yeah, so that's that. The main thing, however, is going to be happening is the main thing that is going to be happening, however, this month is going to be happening in about 2 weeks today. So yeah, in 2 weeks today, I'm going to be having the house to myself for a very long time. Kegger party? Why are you stuck on the elevator? I do have this an Ultimate Doom compatibility, right? Definitely. Why do I want my house to myself? Weird. The reason I want the house to myself is because, as some of you might remember, that my sister was due to have a niece around Easter time. And yeah, so as part of the preparation for that, in 2 weeks today, my Shotgun skills are going to be tested. No. Soul Sphere. My mom is going to be going down to see my sister in the south of the country. And she's going to leave me to look after the house for however long she's gone. Basically. Obviously, it would be nice if I could be there as well, but it has to happen during work. And because my nephew was also conceived early, my sister wants my mom down there about 2 weeks early before my nieces do, so that in case something happens, it's not too bad. Babies are great. If they wouldn't exist, someone would have to invent them. Yeah, it certainly would. Oh, thank you. So, because of that, I get to look after that. I mean, I have had several days, or even up to a week, where I've looked after the house for myself and then gone back to... And, it's gone back to me and my mum co-opted in the house. But this is going to be the longest amount of time that I'm going to be on my own, ever. Make of that what you will, I suppose, but basically it means I'm going to be looking after myself and the house for possibly up to a month, maybe longer. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to take, but it's going to at least be for a good month. I always forget you're supposed to shoot that one. Always forget. I always wait. Oh, am I missing a switch? No, you just need to shoot it. Well, it is, although I am going to be at work for 2 of those weeks. Since it's 2 weeks today, I'll just have finished my 4th week of this term. So I'll have 2 weeks remaining, and then I will Apparently, according to the Doom guide, but this part of the level was one of the first things that John Romero conceived when he was creating interesting Doom levels on a new engine. If I'm not mistaken. He said something along the lines like this was an area that, the idea of the darkness unfolding into 2 areas off to the side, so he created, this came up, It's kind of interesting. There's insights in that book that Martin and Doom didn't talk about. Nice. Yeah. So that's the nuclear plant. Yeah. Verticality, all kinds of stuff, it's just amazing to think that they created a really good FPS engine. Then they had to create the Doom engine, and then they had to create the Quake engine all by themselves. And we're coming up to the Quake stuff where we're talking a lot about but creating their own engine. They didn't have an engine inbuilt for them that they could use and then build the game atop of. It's they had to create everything themselves and test the design against the code and see what worked. Yeah, it's really been good. I've enjoyed it. And it's going to be interesting there's later chapters. I'm interested to see what he thinks of, if he talks about Sigil and that abandoned Black Room project he promised a few years back. Anyway, so yeah, basically I'm going to have the house to myself for about a month, which does mean the potential for, possible extra streams during that time, but also not. It depends on how I manage the responsibility of being on my own for an extended period of time. But it's great practice because I'll have to cook a lot more things for myself. I have been practicing that. I have to go out and buy groceries for the first time by myself. But it's the kind of thing I need to get used to if I'm going to have my own house eventually. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm capable, but I've never tested. Yeah, I'm gonna be freezing meals and making sure that they are. Yeah, like for myself, I've done shopping before, but like I've never had to do it for like what I have to consider only myself. To be clear, you know. But yeah, I have to like prepare meals ahead of time. I have a slow cooker, which is going to be helpful. Um, but yeah, it also means that I'm putting out the Easter period, the 2 weeks break over Easter. I'm also going to have the house to myself. So who knows what kind of crazy antics I might get up to when my Easter break starts at the end of the month. It was a big switch when you had to start buying for you in Proverbial, yeah. Rule of thumb, cook more than you can eat, freeze the rest. Also, lots of salad. I need to get everything. Yeah, I mean, I'm not used to doing that, but this is something I'm glad to get the opportunity to do. You know, I'm embracing the chance to do this because eventually I want my own house, and this is something I'm gonna do all the time. So I'm like, great, let's see how I do, kind of thing, you know. So yeah, that's gonna be happening in 2 weeks, March 15th, and it may impact streaming positively. It might mean more streams. It might mean less on some days. I can't really say until it happens, but it is something that is happening personally to me. I always make food for at least 2 days if I can. We eat next day. Many meals are better when you reheat it. Doing the graceful is a joyful too. So many great people I meet. Fair enough. So yeah, that's that regarding to the personal stuff, and it's going to be fun. Unlike being in one of these buildings. It's toxic. It's like being on Twitter. Oh man, seeing like actual specters with that effect in the brightly lit area. Something. It's been a little while since I've seen the good old vanilla fuzzy spectre. So yeah, that moves me on to the next thing I want to talk about during this sweet state. There isn't a massive amount of deal with it, but I always say that, but you know how it feels sometimes. There's not some infighting then. Oh, at least they're deaf. That might have been nice. Come back to that. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the ongoing survey I'm doing. Now, I talked about this last month when I said that with the request list being officially completed, and now being free to do what I want, I will now be starting to prepare the surveys for the future of the channel. Do you see that fucking spectre bounce? I didn't know that happened with the monsters. They like did the elastic collision thing. I didn't know you could do that. Cool. It's a nice little lighting room transition there as well. Yeah, so now I don't have to waste that. What do you think? Hey, Nitro. Request list to Electric Boogaloo. No, I'm not bringing the request list back. I'm going to stay pretty firm on that. I know that one or two people have actually pondered about that, but the answer is just no. I'm not bringing the request list back, like, ever. God, these rolls are so good to play. I should probably start talking about that instead of continuing to play the game. These other levels have combat itself that still trump some modern levels. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that even back then, obviously just starting out, John Romero like knew how to fucking create good fights, you know, and have interesting combat scenarios, which you see in the likes of Sigil and Sigil 2, you know. John Romero knows how to have an action-packed, interesting, fast-paced level. You know, like... He was talking... Another thing he points out in the Doom Guy book is he talks about how they're all completely baffled that Myst, the game Myst, was still popular in the PC market because it was so slow. And like the id team were focused more on fast, interesting gameplay. Anyway, yeah. So the ongoing survey has been. Some of you have already received the survey. I've messaged you privately on Discord or elsewhere about it, and there's still quite a few people to ask. I think I've got through about half my list at the moment. 3 out of 4 of the admins, about a quarter-ish of my regulars, and most of the other people I wanted to ask. But yeah, I've been getting some feedback about the future of the channel, which has been good. I've basically just been asking 4 questions of people in the survey and writing down the thoughts and then copying them into a Word document so I can look at them later. So it's not completely finished yet, but I will just share a couple of things I've observed from the current list of answers from all of you. Sorry. So certainly one thing I absolutely have noticed, this probably isn't much of a surprise, is that nobody so far has gone for the option of no streams. You know about the 4 options I've talked about for the future of the channel: variety, Doom focused, poker focused, and cancel the streaming entirely. So far, nobody's gone for the no stream option. And in the early going, at least, I suppose on the other end of the spectrum, the most popular option at the moment, anyway, is a combination of. Honestly, don't know if you're enjoying streaming, why stop? Well, I think people have acknowledged that, so I'm putting it out there as an option anyway, because some people might completely disagree with that. Hold on a second. Hey, Eljan, how's it going? Yeah, so as I was saying, on the other end, it seems that so far the popular option among those that have responded has been the first two options. I think actually variety is, in terms of just numbers anyway, a third chunk of you have plumbed for variety, and then Doom Focus has been kind of a competitive second, if you will, under that. So it seems that, again, this is, I'm only about halfway through the list. There's still a lot of people left to ask, but at the moment, if this trend continues, it would seem that the people on this channel like the variety and the Doom stuff more than anything else. Which I'm going to guess is not a big surprise for any of you. I am a little surprised. So, thanks Pineapple for the 60 more month sub. And you have. Yep, we are fresh people. And thank you for the 64-month sub, Pineapple. Pineapples are not for eating. Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that because honestly, I mean, again, this is only halfway through the results, more or less. There's a lot of people left to ask, but I'm a little surprised that Doom Focus isn't kind of, sort of, a lot closer than that. Being that this channel kind of, I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm playing Doom right now in a sweet state. I just realised the description of my channel and indeed the description of my Twitter also talks about Doom and old school FPS stuff. And yet variety is so far winning out in terms of numbers. How do you ban Shakar? You can't, unfortunately. You just have to put up with it. So that's an interesting thing. I thought that a few more people would be swinging more towards the Doom focused element, but no, you all, at the moment, you seem to be pulling for variety. Still, it'll be interesting to see if that continues when I've asked everyone I need to ask. Um, Excuse me. Just having a look through the answers, actually. I think Doomfells were more on the start of the channel, I think. Yeah, there's still plenty of those who are around. Although they only turn up for the Doom streams, mostly, which is fine. So I'm just looking through the answers a little bit, because... So yeah, that's really kind of the main takeaway at the moment. A lot of people are relatively happy with the state of the channel that I've asked so far. Obviously, there's quite a few people left to ask. Um, Actually, yeah, it's about maybe a little more than halfway, but not by much. Hi, says me. I hope you're doing well. Um, I have a variety to like very ideally like variety to do. And one person even mentioned about a schedule again. And I know that scheduling has been like a thing that's been mentioned in the past in regards to the uh, what I do on this channel regarding a schedule. And I have said I would consider one in the future. So I mean, I think it's only one person or two people who've mentioned about a schedule of some sort, having a schedule for a game. Um, Now, I don't know if I would do a schedule per se, because I do kind of like to play games like when I'm playing a game, I like to just keep playing it through. I mean, obviously, if it's a. Okay, internet, please don't be derping out now. Oh, fuck. Is my internet going to be Oh dear, OBS is derping. I'm not liking this. Don't know why either. There's nothing really on unless Steam is updating something. It is not. Okay, hopefully that's just a pip. Okay, yeah, sorry, just derped on my end. I'm sure it's fine. Can never tell with OBS though. Yeah, a few drop frames. Feel free to fresh stream. So I don't know if I would do a schedule. I mean, I do prefer to sort of play games through to the schedule. Does help for viewership, but if you're not that concerned with viewer count as such, then you do you. Well, I mean, I like to play when it comes to like shorter games. I like to like keep playing games until they're finished. I'm aware that I could do a schedule, say like this day is other game day, this is Doom day, this is Poker day, this is some other day, kind of thing. The thing is though is that I don't know if I'd be always. I mean, I had to give it a fort actually. I'm not doing it. I'm going to put it on. It's a fact more of a case that I couldn't say if I could commit to a schedule like regularly. Like if I had to sort of, I'm still new to the cult of John, but I like to nip and see what you're up to and chill with you in the background. I think a lot of people do that. I think in general that's what happens to a lot of streamers nowadays. I think that's generally the way that interaction with streams has become in general, at least on Twitch anyway. Like people just tune in and do a background thing while they're doing something else. I have to admit I do that with streamers as well on Twitch. Sometimes I play a game on the left and I watch the stream on the right, maybe chip in occasionally. So I get that. I don't think that's always been the case with streams in the past. Schedules for streams don't work for everyone though. I don't think John's one of the people it works for. I do certain games on the same day and about the same time each week for the most part. Helps a lot with DRG for sure to make sure folks know what to expect when they join for co-op. Yeah, I get that. Like, if there's certain games I could do regularly. But, so if I was to go over a sort of like, I don't know, a rough idea of a schedule, if I just sort of pop open a doc here, say, just a minute. Alright, so I open a Word doc. So, if I was to create like a rough schedule of things to do in an average week, keep in mind, I do TTRPG sessions now every 2 weeks, on usually on a Sunday. Can I tactically sabotage a car to gain access to the inner circle or a more direct path of casual murder? I don't know if that works on Demonesses, but anyway. So, what I could certainly say is at the moment of time, I could do a Monday stream, mostly. I could do a Tuesday stream, mostly. I can't do Wednesdays because I go to work and then it's a poker night. That's one of my 2 poker evenings I enjoy doing. So I can't do Wednesday, and because of that reason I can't do Thursdays. Alright, fucking things autocorrect, whatever. Then Friday is usually a co-op day. Now, Friday is co-op usually, unless cancelled, like tonight, for instance. So, most of the time, Fridays would be off the table, because that's when I usually play with Drowkin and Sage, and we do co-op stuff and have shenanigans. Like, we're currently playing through Dark Souls 2, and it's fun. So that's 3 days in a row I won't be able to stream. Then Saturday is, like, you think my prime day to stream, but it does depend if I go out or not. I really think you could do half a Doom stream similar to a playtesting stream sometimes, just so that you don't test on Luis's WODs, but you spend a little time with various Luis WODs so you get an impression of their feel. You don't need to play everyone until the end. Many feel very samey. But the thing is that, so I was going all steamed hams there. I get what you're saying, Maddock, but there's so many WODs I do want to play, but I don't think I need to test anything. There's so much good stuff out there that I would actively want to play all the way through. And if I don't like something, I would drop it. anyway. But I have a I guess I have a decent threshold for that. And that threshold usually involves slaughter. But then I don't usually typically engage in the high end slaughter ones very often for that specific reason, unless they have difficulty settings. And now I don't really have to at all if I don't want. Although I am thinking about doing as such for possible Slaughterfests introspection series, something like that. But anyway, Saturday would be like a bit of a wild card day because I could stream some Saturdays, but then I might be going out other Saturdays and other stuff will happen. And then Sunday is most likely going to be another good day for streaming because, I'm going to work the next day, so I'm not going to go out. And this is not a work week, If it wasn't a work week, then this would probably stay the same, and Saturday and all these other days would be a bit more varied and blurred. So, this would be like my typical schedule. I'd be good on Mondays usually, good on Tuesdays usually, good on Sundays. So there'd be like a 3-day period where I'd definitely be able to, most likely be able to stream like 3 days in a row. And then, like, there's 3 days where I don't stream because of various reasons normally. And then Saturday is, depends. So this would be a rough idea of what my schedule would look like. As I said, I don't think having a schedule for John. If I was going to make a suggestion, not something I have a strong opinion on, but if you wanted to do everyone regular with the schedule, we start with just one regular weekly stream. Other than that, do whatever. Maybe to do some more structure if and when you feel like it. So like do Mondays or variety Tuesdays, etc. Having specific days for specific things. I mean, if I was to do that, like, I don't know, a rough idea would be something like, let me think, what could I have for the 3 days? Let's assume let's just assume that Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday are most definite days. So, I don't know, Mondays could be like playtest Doom WODs or something, like once a week. I could playtest some Doom WOD stuff. Because I used to enjoy playtesting things, and I could use that example to sort of look around new things and see what's new, play this, play a couple of new things that have come out, see what they like, type thing. I used to do that fairly regularly for a bit, and I haven't really done that in a long time. Whether or not I still want to is another matter, but I've not been taken off the list, off Snado's list at the moment, but I have said I'm going to be massively inactive for the time being. So one day could be like a Doom 1 playtest day. Then like another day could be like, I don't know, game project day or something. Where I just play like a game that's not Doom related, like Wrath or whatever. And then maybe Sunday could be like, I don't know, a co-op day or some shit. Maybe do something like a DRG, Dead by Daylight, some other game. The problem with having a schedule for John is he has also expressed a desire to not always stream and do what he feels like. Yeah, exactly. And that is a good point, Shakar. I mean, I used to love doing these request lists. Hey Nick, how's it going? I used to love doing these request lists, right? So either no schedule or plenty of freeform days. Yeah, like I got rid of, I'm not doing request lists anymore because of the same reason. I don't want to be bound to like having to do things, and then being like, oh, I'm not in the mood. Like the schedule is a good idea in part, but I also do like the fact that I want to stream when I feel like it. I could create my own schedule, which is like I just keep playing. Also, when there is a schedule, what if I do with my favorite stuff on a day when the kids are up half the time? Yeah, I'd have to like start having regular times as well, and that could fluctuate. I mean, I could give you a good idea of times right about now while I'm not on my own in the house, not having to do things in the evening. Typically, like if I was to do some streaming on these days, it would usually be between like these hours. Typically speaking, Maybe on Saturday it could like go into later or something like that. Sunday could be like the same, 6 to 10 p.m. or whatever. Of whatever I want to do, sort of thing. Schedules and stream structures work better for people who stream regularly or full-time streamers, and it matters to them and the viewers. I'm doing okay, Nick. I got paid yesterday, and I'm just talking about the future of the channel and how the survey is going, and we've gone to a tangent about a schedule which one or two people suggested. I'm just basically trying to say that, like, yeah, I agree that having some form of organization is good, but for me, maybe I already kind of have that in the fact that I do regularly sort of, like, the only thing I could suggest to try to do, like, maybe it's not a bad idea of having one regular thing a week that I do, just one, nothing else, and see if I stick to that, which I can then drop. So it could be like, I don't know, maybe like on Sunday I playtest Doom mods exclusively. I do nothing but playtest on a Sunday. And then I do whatever else for the rest of the week. Now, I'm not going to implement any kind of schedule at the moment if I bother, because at the moment I'm still doing this survey to figure out what direction the channel is going into. So there's no point doing a schedule and then it turns out that everyone wants to do poker. I mean, I suppose one thing could be like, I don't know, Sunday could be like poker night or something, where I do poker night / co-op stuff, depending on how that goes. Yeah, there's no flexibility. Like, I might not feel like wanting to play something. Or, as I said, when I play a new game, I kind of want to keep playing that game until it's finished, Like, when I am going to start playing Wrath, which is something I'll talk about shortly, I won't want to, like, play it one day and then jump to something else. I kind of want to keep playing it, You have missed all my poker streams. Well, there's been a lot of struggle recently on that, so you've not missed much. And there's not been that many. But, yeah. So, there is the two streams of thought. On the one hand, it'd be nice to have a schedule so that people knew what days I'd be doing things and I could try to regularly do, like, something. But then on the other hand, I really do like the idea of stream when I feel like it. And sort of just keep playing a game till it's done. Unless it's like an RPG or something super long, in which case break it down with some small things in between, obviously. But, yeah. It's an option to have one regular day for whatever game and then also play that same game whenever. So, yeah, I mean, all I can say at this point is that the idea of a schedule has been flouted for several years. I've never really committed to the idea of it at the moment, but that may change in the future. Yeah. But thanks for all your thoughts. I mean, I will consider the ideas. This is something I think I will go back to discussing once the channel direction is established. Once I know what the answer to the survey is, once I've decided for myself what I'm going to do with the channel, then it's like, okay, so we're going to go, say, Doom focused. So what will the schedule look like? Probably heavily prioritizing Doom stuff, playtesting, playing new releases, and maybe having a separate day for other games. Or something. Polling thing? Well, okay, I mean, I still... As I said, there's quite a few people I've still left to ask for the survey. Hopefully I can catch some of you over the weekend and in the next week. Could you please do Doom 2 Doom days a week? 2, not 1. Well, this might count, Nick. I'm currently playing Doom, Ultimate Doom, in between points of my sweet state. Maybe I'll finish the whole of Doom, episode 1 anyway, maybe. Hey, Wicklar, how's it going? It's going alright. We just finished talking about a schedule. So, yeah, there's still people out there I need to ask about my thoughts on the channel, so do look out on your Discords. It should only take a few minutes. I've only got 4 questions to ask you. So it's not a very long thing. But hopefully by the end of next month, hopefully it'd be nice if I had everyone actually done by the end of next month and I can actually make a decision. Maybe I'll even make a decision next month if everyone feels is complete. No, I haven't played Deed Souls maps. There is a project I'm thinking of playing later this month, but I'm going to talk about that shortly. So yeah, ongoing survey is a thing. Alright, back to Doom. For now. The secret map. Now I better save the rockets. Tempting though it might be to actually splat those things away, So yeah, the next thing I kind of want to talk about really is what I'm intending to do for the next. Hello, Dave. How you doing? Wow, you just took 4. That's one tough imp. Get back. How am I doing? That's good. I'm glad you were doing. Am I supposed to like ignore those or something? Some weird idea for a trap. Honestly. Okay, I don't like that. So my sort of plans for the next couple of streams for this month, starting on Sunday night. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because tomorrow is a tabletop session that's happening on Saturday instead of Sunday. So it's going to be a little different to the usual Sunday slot. But starting on Sunday evening, I am going to be playing the newly released Wrath, Aeon of Ruin, which came out of early access on Tuesday, actually. They actually did release the 1.0 on time, and apparently it's really good. And since it was gifted to me by Drauken a while ago, I will be playing it. So that's the first thing I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be playing Wrath. The Iron Mans haven't come out yet, by the way. Hello, Bitefire. Go look, have fun. Thank you. Alright, so yeah, I'm getting awfully distracted again. So, that's the plan for Sunday, and I'll be playing Wrath until it's finished. I don't know how long Wrath's going to be. to be honest. You made sure one of the steps too small for the pinky to fit. Yeah, So that was intentional then. Yeah, of course. Why did that it was intentional or not? Like, did the mapper intentionally put the step there to make sure it was not 100% correct? Yes, he did. And then the run, you can just strafe run. You can see an ultimate doom though. You put a sneaky little step there, so the pinkies were. It was like a panic mode for the shoot. So I am a bit surprised that Romero shows the restraint there to, you know, you'd think the pinky swarm, you'd want that to be like the main pressure point of the area, like, you know, how's that for a really cool idea of showing the player what to do right away, you know? The thing lowers as you enter the room, so you know exactly what you're looking at, and you're facing it straight away. As you enter the room, you see that lower. Simple thing. Sorry, John, I'm going to skip your Radpool shenanigans. I'm sure you understand. Many people have done that for years now. Good man. You're looking at pictures of a friend you played Worm with for years, they're cat kittens. That's nice. That's awesome stuff. Yeah, so Wrath is definitely the first thing I'm going to do in March. Remember back then there wasn't stuff like yellow paint to guide the player. Yeah, that's true. The player had to be guided through good level design. After Wrath, though, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in March. Again, I'm going to be mentioning Quake 2 as a possibility. I mean, Quake 2 could be a thing. For sure. You know, I mean, Quake 2 is something I've wanted to play since the remastered version came out. And I keep mentioning it, and I keep not playing it. There's obviously a fair bit to do in Quake 2 with the base game, the 2 expansions, Quake 64, and then the one that Machine Games made, the brand new expansion for Quake 2. So there's a fair amount to do if I was to go into Quake 2, but it'd be fun to revisit Quake 2, one of my favourite games from when I was a teenager. Oh, nice. I'm finally glad that you got that, Maddock. Awesome. Another thing I'm also considering playing is... I want to bring it up on the screen for this one. Something I am considering. Just pop it up here. Is this, which was linked to me by the project leader, Alter, some point last week or so. Freudian Slipgate 2, which is the sequel to Freudian Slipgate 1, which, if my memory serves, Freudian Slipgate 1 was a slightly unfinished project that had a couple of maps sort of compiled together. I don't think it ever reached its full potential, if I'm remembering the correct project anyway. But yeah, I might think it's something else actually. I can't remember if I am or not. But yeah, this is something that is released on Valentine's Day. And the main thing that really caught my attention with this was the description here that Alter puts in the thread, and it quotes here: Freudian Slipgate 2 is a classic 32 map megawad meant to be a send-off to the good old boom as we approach the new age of MBF 21 and the fancy GZ Doom indie games. This is pretty much my first and last 32 map release, one that took too long, with some care from my best friends in this community I made over the years. Hell of a way to celebrate 20 years of being a mapper, if you ask me. I have no idea where my Doom journey will take me, but if I were to retire, I would say this is a good note to stop on. That's the end of the quote. I find the first sentence interesting, talking about how this is a send off to Boom as we approach MBF 21 and GZ Doom indie games. It reminds me of like the rhetoric that, you need his DDL and then drag and drop maps at much, yeah. I have heard about Wrath Ernafuin, and I did just say that I was going to play that on Sunday, Nick. I'm going to start playing that on Sunday now that the full version's out. So yeah. But back to this. I find this interesting, this description, because it reminds me of what Reverie was described as. You remember Mental Mori pre-Reverie, where they talked about how it was the last send-off of Doom mapping before Quake came along, that kind of thing. I just find this one line to be enough reason for me to play this, because it's just interesting that the mappers involved in this, you got Alters, Obsidian, Liberation, General Rainbow Bacon, and Savali. But waited, we don't know why it says that in the title. I just find this interesting that they're saying, like, we're in a different age now. Boom, which is the popular thing that I've known a fair amount of maps on. Is like, is it being seen as on its way out? Is it all going to become MBF 21 and GZ Doom indie stuff? This is an interesting comment, I think. Like the end of an era almost thing. I mean, obviously, Reverie wasn't the end, didn't signal the end of Doom mapping, of course. And I suspect that, there'll still be plenty of room for Boom map sets and classic 32 map megawads in the future. But I just find this an interesting comment. What kind of emotions and mapping will this invoke? Yeah, Boom is dead. Good riddance. It was rubbish. It's just an interesting perspective, and also because I like the first Freudian slipgate to my memory, and apparently this is meant to be a pretty decent WOD. So this is something I'm really thinking about giving a shot at playing, possibly this month. Among the many other things I could be playing, this one caught my eye just for this one comment alone, to be honest. So I might end up playing this. We'll see. Other than that, I'm not sure what I would consider playing, to be honest, at this moment in time. There's obviously a lot of different avenues I could go down. There's plenty of Doom stuff I could do. I could maybe... there's also the Tomb Raider Remastered release came out on Valentine's Day as well. The remastered of Tomb Raider 1 to... Do I actually have a... Did I show a little thing on that, actually? Oh, Dark Tide's on sale. Oh, oops, I shouldn't have said that. That was let's pretend I didn't say that. Hopefully Shika's not listening. Dark Tide on sale for 24. Yeah, there's also this that came out on Valentine's Day as well.
You have my total attention now. I'm not quite sure if I've got yours, though. Let's go for a swim.
What the hell? Why is there a guy on a skateboard?
I only play for sport.
Is that the original actress, or is that a different one as well? It sounds like they got a new voice actress to play Lara as well. Perhaps. Maybe they used the same one as the main games? Too many ones. I don't remember a guy on a skateboard. Well, to be fair, it's been a very, very long time since I've played Tomb Raider 1, and the main thing I remember is that the human enemies only come in the last few levels, and it's like a complete twist. All the sounds are the same. Yeah. I mean, that was the thing about Tomb Raider 1, like, you fought creatures and weird shit for most of the game, and then for about a level or two, and there's even a level where you start with no weapons, if I'm not mistaken, and you have to get them back quickly, but you basically fight enemies with guns as like a novelty in Tomb Raider 1. And then in Tomb Raider 2, you fight fucking enemies with guns like every level or something, except the first. And apparently and I remember Tomb Raider 2 being much harder than 1, which is I never finished it. I never played 3, apart from a demo, and that's supposed to be pretty tough as well. But yeah, I've always said for years that I've wanted to play the classic, at least the first 2 Tomb Raider games. You know, I've beaten 1 in the past. I loved that. I've always wanted to try and give 2 a shot, and you know, I guess I wasn't too bothered about 3. But this, yeah, it's one of those modes where you can switch out the I've seen a very quick peek of gameplay, and it's got one of those cool things where you can swap the graphics from classic to modern, which is I always like that in these remasters where you can swap the graphics in and out so that you can decide what you want to play on. Yeah. So I won't play because you don't have the triangle pooper. That's your reason you're not going to play anymore. I think that was more a limitation of like polygons back in the mid-90s than anything else. I mean, Tomb Raider for the time was like pretty groundbreaking, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the interesting thing as well with DLC. Like, each of the 3 games has DLC. I know Tomb Raider 1 and 2 had DLC of some sort. But my history of Tomb Raider is I've beat Tomb Raider 1 a long, long time ago with the help of a guide. I've probably gone up to level 3, not kidding, level 3 of Tomb Raider 2. And I've played a demo of Tomb Raider 3 once, and I think I died on a level with monkeys, and I died. And I apparently Tomb Raider 3 is harder than the second, and I struggled with the second game enough, so yeah. I mean, the updated graphics look nice. I mean, without having played it, this looks like one of those remasters that is like the type like Spyro, where they update what is necessary but don't change the core feel of the game too much so that it's not like drastically different. You know? They've not like tried to change anything too drastic or anything like that. They've just basically kept the core elements of the game intact and updated, you know, improved upon things possibly. I mean, apparently there's some new like enhanced UI things you can add, like to help spot items or something like that. But apparently you can turn those off. But yeah, this is something I've also considered playing, but I'm also aware that this will be a massive time investment because these games are not short either. These are lengthy games. I will not be the best at them, definitely. And definitely after Tomb Raider 1, I would probably struggle a lot with the levels. But I would like to play it. It's a consideration for March as well. Or at some point in the future, anyway. So, yeah. There is that. Oh, don't take that to on my... As a modern control scheme as an option, but it's tank controls all the way. It'll be cool seeing John play Retro Lava, yeah. Oh yeah, I've got this as well, haven't I? I forgot I put Stray on my wish list. Alright, so yeah, that's an option as well that I would consider. So, I could definitely say I'll be playing Wrath. I'll be playing Wrath on Sunday. And then after that, I'll have to see how I feel. At this moment in time, I'm just kind of playing how I feel. I mean, I guess there's Iron Mans and stuff. But I'll wait. I might wait on the Iron Mans. I won't do the Iron Mans on Sunday. I'll probably do Wrath first, then hop back to the Iron Mans after that. You converted your old Tomb Raider 2 Orphan for a game mod for the remaster. Oh, does it have mod support? The remaster, that's good. I'm glad it has mod support. Makes you wonder, like, do you ever think Thief might get a remaster? Like the original Thief trilogy or something? Not that it really needs it per se, but I suppose, like, I had to run it on dark places, so I don't know if the engine could use a tweak. No, it doesn't, but that didn't stop you. Fair enough. So yeah, my that's about my plans that I've got for the next couple of streams. Wrath, Iron Man's after that at some point, and then who knows? I have options: Quake, Slipgate 2, Tomb Raider series. Maybe something else will happen, and we'll just completely change my direction. I don't have to commit to a direction, which is nice. I could just go in whatever direction I feel like for a bit. You mean the Dark Project? Yeah, I'm talking about like the first 3 games, I guess. Even though I've not played 3. Dark Souls. A Thief remaster like TR and Spat would be cool, but I doubt. I suppose the fact that Thief is probably a bit easier to set up on modern systems, if you use a different engine anyway, is a point. I certainly didn't have many problems with Thief. And there's Gloomwood as well. That's coming out at some point. But who knows, eh? Who knows? I know you'd be keen for it, Dave. Anyway, so that is my thoughts on... Oh yeah, I should probably talk about Eve Eternity 2 as well. To what direction will you change your direction? Will you start playing Animal... No, I don't have a Switch. And I don't intend to get one either. I have enough with the PC to play on games. I did used to think about having a Switch at one point. But I changed my mind on it. No, that'd be against trying a game like Animal Crossing if I wanted to, but... Yeah, remasters always have that thing. Also, I played Eve Eternity 2 last month, and it was great. I suppose I should sort of recap that slightly. I played Eve Eternity 2. It was fun. How did you not get killed there? And that whiff never comes back on, I don't think. I mean, maybe it does, but... You'll see a remaster of Black and White 2 or Megalomania. Don't worry, I have no intention of playing Genshin Impact. Oh. Nah, I don't think I want to play that. I remember this part of the game being a bit freaky when I was younger, this particular corridor segment. Like not being able to see the monsters come out and stuff, the tight, cramped corridors, and usually it was quite dark. It's kind of like a pre-thing to what the Halls of the Damned would be. I guess. A500. But yeah, Eve Eternity 2 was really good. Oh yeah, I know what the A500, I know what you're talking about in regards to that. I believe it was, back in the day, like a powerhouse of a machine. Trying to believe you. Most definitely. But unfortunately, I didn't really grow up with those kind of PCs. I mean, the first gaming thing I ever had was an NES in '91, so I missed out on all that stuff, I'm afraid. But yeah, Eve Eternity 2 was good. No surprise there, right? Really enjoyed Eve Eternity 2. Even if Catalyst did break me completely. Like, the one game I would be curious to try on the Amiga is Moonstone. I've always seen like gameplay of Moonstone, A Hard Day's Night, which is the game with the knights and the gory graphics and the really tight combat looking thing. That's a game I would perhaps like to try at some point. If I ever wanted to bother doing Amiga stuff, you know. Don't really have a massive interest in that, but that's one game that I've always seen that looks fun, I think. Although I believe it's quite difficult and you have to learn like really tight combat or something. But it looks really good. Amiga's a library of hundreds of great games. Amazing to still be up to date. Alright, Amiga fanboy. First time you played Dark Souls, you were reminded of Moonstone. Oh, come on. You're going to say Moonstone is like the Dark Souls of the Amiga? Hey, Ghost Austin X, thanks for the raids. Hope you're doing well. This is the sweet state, but I am playing some Doom stuff. The first episode in between each of my points. Just for fun. Something I've been experimenting with in the sweet states this year is playing a game in the background while I talk about the sweet stuff. Sweet state stuff. Those who know. I've heard of Speedball, yeah. Ice cream. Yeah. Alright, so, I guess the next point I need to kind of talk about is, my poker, really. So you're all aware that I'm trying to sort of improve my my poker skills and whatnot gradually over the course of this year. You know, try and get a bit more regular practice on things, etc. Why that rises up that, I don't know. Abstract gameplay by John Romero. It makes sense, but in a weird abstract way. So, one of the new things I've set up as of last week is I have a new sort of little piece of paper, an idea that came to mind when I was trying to, you know, change a couple of habits that I had. And this again is another example of the peeking in sort of thing. to kill some enemies that would block you in. This is technically a secret, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the first secret. No, it's not. But the idea of peeking in to see a room, you know, now that I think about it, this is something you don't see a lot in modern Doom maps, per se. You don't see, like, the area where... I mean, it does occasionally happen, but it's not a common thing, where, like, you go around an area and you peek into a room and you see a group of enemies in a different room, and if you take the advantage, you know, you go in there, then you get to take them out, and, you know, make that room easy for when you backtrack into it later, sort of thing. You know? Like, I do see it occasionally on some maps where, like, you can sneak in a window, peek, and I'm always fascinated by when that happens. It's always like, wow, it's really cool. You know, I kind of wish that that was a little bit more of a regular thing in some modern Doom maps, where you go into an area and you can peek through to a different one and take out the enemies from behind, like a flank attack sort of thing. I got you stuck on the lift, you silly sod. But yeah, anyway, sorry, game distracting, because Doom's gameplay is incredibly distracting, you know? I feel like this is not succeeding in its intention, but in a different, more fun way. Yeah, I mean, no surprise there. I'm talking about modern Doom mapping, not like Heretic. But yeah, there's 4 points that I want. Oh shit, I have the wrong weapon out. This is actually a really evil sort of ambush in a sense. Especially if you just go into the room and keep wording for you. It's only flanked on both sides. It's one of the first ones where you really need to make sure that you have the shotgun out. But plenty of barrels as well. Plenty of barrels to make sure that you can kill the enemies quick. That was a secret into secret into secret there. This is next bit easier. Yeah, I've gone through a few points, true. It's the other one I need, isn't it? That's like the shortcut into the area ahead, but has it been half a year now? It could be. Yeah, if Doom Infinite is something I've been suggested to play as well. And corruption cards. But yeah, there was... Anyway, sorry, to try and get back to what I was trying to discuss. The 4 points. I made a piece of paper with 4 points on it that I wanted to try and start following, you know. Read a book for 30 minutes at least every day. Watch one new film per week. I watched Enter the Dragon last week. I'm probably going to watch something tonight, actually, as well. Or tomorrow night, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to pick to watch tonight, though, if I do watch anything. Meditate whenever possible, which I'm still haven't done yet. And the 4th one is play 1 online poker session per week. At least 1 online poker session. It's to the left, isn't it? That's the white bubble secret. Which it kind of breaks the entire atmosphere of this trap. Yeah, sorry, Spectres, you got kind of shafted here. So, I have been trying to expand playing a bit more poker. Unfortunately, recently I've not had any luck in my online poker sessions. Oh wow, there's dope. Wow, look how open I've made this map now. All these things popping in and out. And here we go, the piggy. And then more piggies. That one's not stuck. Awesome. Don't do headspace, not optimal. I wasn't thinking of getting any apps. I was just thinking to maybe practice myself. But yeah, one of the things was poker, online poker. I'll just quickly boot up the Poker Stars and show you how my progress is going. You know, how much I'm down a bit. Real quick. Kind of showcase where I'm at the moment. Yeah, there we go. So I'm currently down to $37.18 on the PokerStars site. I mean, I was about a month ago. I think I was on about $49 or $50. So I've had a few $1 sessions, and I've just not been able to get a final table yet. Hey, Gold Stacker. PokerStars is one of the hardest sites to win on because of the high number of players on that site. Yeah, I've certainly not found it too easy, but I don't play super regularly. I mean, I've had the deposit on this account for a few years. So, you know, I mean, to be honest with you, most of my winnings on this have come from sports bets. You know, an initial £20 deposit and then 2 Lucky Sports Bets wins, and it bumped me up to about 60 at one point, but it's gone down to this plus playing the $1 tournaments. At the moment, anyway. So, my goal is to... I mean, I've already played my one poker session this week on Tuesday, so I don't have to do any more this week. But I am going to be trying to do at least one online poker session on or off stream. I was very good, but stopped playing about 2009 because you got bored of playing poker. Alright. So you played in the peak of... You played in, like, the poker's boom from 2003 onwards. One sec. I actually did start playing poker around that point, but I stopped. I kind of wish I'd kept going, actually, and been a bit more serious at the time. But, you know, I was very on-off for years and years. It's only in the last few years I've actually decided to actually start playing a bit more regularly and a bit differently. You know, actually study it a little bit. I feel like I'm a bit late to the party, but I do enjoy the game. So, you know, it's a good strategy game. It's a bit odd for me because I'm not used to, like, playing strategy games, but it's fun. I do enjoy it. But yeah, I'm intending to do one online poker game a week. Sometimes it will be on stream. All right then. Good night, Nick. Have a nice sleep. Sometimes it will be on stream, and sometimes it won't. And what I'm also thinking of doing is, if I'm not going to do it on stream, I might stream it on my Discord. I might just, like, pop myself into the Discord chat and just, like, leave it open if people want to join and have a look or whatever. I don't know how many people would be interested in that. I mean, I don't always want to do it on stream because it's not, like, always viable or whatnot. I don't want to, but yeah, I mean, I'm intending to do one poker session, online poker session of 1 or 2 games a week. I might stream them all the time. I might not. I might do more sometimes. But yeah, at the moment, I'm just trying to get onto a final table and build up this bankroll, possibly. I'm also thinking about changing poker sites. I have seen you in the VC often, but there's often too many in the VC for me to join. Fair enough. Um, yeah. I was thinking of possibly joining GG Poker because they have inbuilt stat trackers in games, which I find interesting. You know, allows me to sort of go over my own stats a bit more. You know, a bit more intrigued with stuff I can sort of get. That's what caught my attention when I saw a very brief snapshot of GG Poker. Like, it's got more stat tracking and stuff, and apparently the games there are a tad easier. So I am considering that, but because I don't play regularly enough to justify putting another deposit on another poker site at the moment, and because I mainly prefer live poker, I'm not going to do that for now. But I might consider it. Like, I might just say, like, if I break my deposit and lose all my money on PokerStars, maybe I'll just close up shop and just go to GG Poker for a bit, see how that goes, etc., etc. I mean, mainly it's just to practice the game with some real money. I mean, obviously, ideally, if I wanted to play a little more seriously, I won't be playing micro stakes games. I'd be playing like small tournaments. You know, I'd be like, I don't know, dipping into a low game, playing for something like $5, something a bit more serious. You know, maybe entering a tournament as well, not just doing like you know, a sit and go, but like entering a proper tournament. So I'd be like going to a tournament or something like that. I know that there are some tournaments I could play at my current standing. I could do it one of these bounty builder sort of things that they have, which gives bounty builder turbo, stuff like that, with different kind of games. There are micro stakes tournaments on PokerStars, of course. But it's the idea at the moment is just to keep getting regular. Sorry, that's been in regards to something different. If you want to start a personal transformation through contemplative practice, the first thing I'd recommend is the book Waking Up by neuroscientist Sam Harris. It lays the groundwork with no bullshit. Waking Up. Why do I feel like I think you have suggested. Sorry. I think you have suggested this. I think you have suggested this book to me before, Maddock, if I am not mistaken. The last time I brought up meditation. I'm just going to check real quick. Sorry, I'm just going to pop off that for a second. Maybe I've saved this before. Waking Up sounds like something I've maybe saved. Just checking. Is this something maybe you have mentioned? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Going to work, need to mess with my keyboard to increase its longevity. Alright. Waking Up by Sam Harris. Hell. Oh, okay. There's a course here. Apparently there's a course. Sorry, I can just pop this up, I guess. There's an annual subscription fee sort of thing. A 2-person meditation on why you're practicing with an examined fulfilling life introductory course. Oh, right. So this is kind of like a course you gotta sign up for or something. Okay. That's interesting. It's a fucking subscription model, though. Why can't you just, like, buy a course? Or whatever. Oh, the book's independent. Okay. So I should probably actually just, Is this it? Waking Up, Searching for Spirituality Without Religion. For the millions of people who want spirituality without religion, somehow this new book is a guide to meditation as a rational spiritual practice informed by neuroscience and psychology. Is this the one? Oh wow, it's actually only $9.61. It's very cheap, actually. Alright, I'll look into that. I might look into that. I mean, I have previously bought a book about Stoicism from Einzelganger, which I read through, was quite nice. Yeah, I think I get what he's saying. He's basically saying like, you know, learn the messages of religion minus the learn the lessons of spirituality from, but just take out the religious context. You know, like the messages behind it, which sounds pretty nice, I guess. I'll look into that. Thanks. Also about the app, you command them an email that you can't afford it, and you'll get a free 6-month sub, and you can do this every 6 months forever. But crystals are so pretty. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have much else to comment on regards to poker side of things. I'm gonna be doing one online poker session a week. That is something I'm gonna try and do. It'll either be on or off stream. So maybe expect a few more poker streams once a week. Maybe that could be the new schedule thing, eh, Pineapple? Maybe I could make that my schedule. Like once a week, I will do a poker game, and have a poker day where if I don't do well, I don't know, play Dead by Daylight or something. I'm gonna have a lot to do. And speaking of Dead by Daylight, so yeah, I don't have a lot to say on the poker side of things. Sorry. Well, to take the Dead by Daylight, I'll have to go for this level first. Why not? Oh boy, this room. Which actually isn't as bad as advertised. Not compared to later. Shakar wants to be a witch. Shakar wants to be a real life Michaela. I will be booting up Dead by Daylight shortly. In fact, I could boot up Dead by Daylight now. Start saving some time. Well, excuse me, don't hog my priority. Of course, we all know the awesome shortcut to skip most of this part, right? God damn it, stop hogging my... I just love this shortcut. You just skip like the entire fight. I don't want to... It's like, I don't want to do this entire maze. Nope, see ya, I'm leaving. Fuck your maze. Done. I'm just straight up skipping it. Not enough, that one. Not enough. Ah, where'd you come from, you sneaky fucker? Get the fuck out of here. Oh boy, the big central processing trap. If you can just hide in this bit. Hold down that chain gun. And murder everything. Murder everything. Everything must die. I hope you can walk out into the middle of that without your chain gun. Might be a little bit painful. Yeah. I was just getting through the level. I'm just switching over to, for fuck's sake, just stop that. Yeah, I'm just switching over to Dead by Daylight now. I hope you like Iron Maiden. Don't worry, it's not gonna get DMCA'd. We checked this the other day. Alright, so, in terms of Dead by Daylight stuff... She can't not a fan now. The new tome has opened up. The new level of the tome has opened up. So I've been currently working my way through that, trying to unlock everything. I believe the crystal meth can heal all afflictions. If you say so, Bad Apple. So this has been a thing. I'm working on this. There was also this obviously last month was the first Lights Out modifier, which is not available anymore. It was only around for a week, obviously. The Lights Out modifier was kind of interesting, but its novelty kind of wore off for me very quickly. Like, it was alright. It was nice to play a game where I had to worry about the usual sort of perk combinations. But I kind of felt like it was a bit hit and miss. You know, fun for a few games and then just... Well, people just wanted to play the killers that revealed people in the dark. Thus taking away the elements of the surprise of it, you know. Like, people would play like Doctor quite a bit, so they could find people with the tier 2 madness. But the idea was interesting, and that's the kind of thing that this game needs more of, which is more custom game modes in the future. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, YouTube recognizes the song, but the copyright says they allow you to use it. It's probably because it's not the full song. It's just the first verse, repeated and loop. I thought it was going to play the whole song. When I first tuned into this menu screen, I actually expected to play the whole Fear of the Dark song, but it just plays the first verse and then loops back. Yeah, this is a temporary thing as well in tune with the collaboration for the Iron Maiden collection. A Slipknot collection is also on the way. By the way, so there's going to be some Slipknot stuff as well at some point. And of course you can have the... Alright, so this is for any survivor then, isn't it? So you can get these for... I mean, I've seen this on all kinds of survivors, so I don't fucking know anymore. Like, can you get these for any fucking survivor? Has every survivor have a fucking chance to get the top? I'm just curious. Or is it like you buy one Iron Maiden top and then everyone can have it? Wait, is that $250 per survivor? So, like, if you want the Iron Maiden shirt for every survivor, you gotta, like, buy each one separately or some shit. Hey, Zero Master, how's it going? I'm sure there's plenty of reasons why they let the music into the game. Yes, I'm sure there's plenty of reasons, Zero Master. I just find it interesting that, you know, oh no, guys! Iron Maiden is the perk. If you use this perk, you might confuse it for the band, and you might have to change the name of the perk behavior. You might have to call it Iron Fury. Get it? Because, you know, I still remember when Iron Maiden were petty enough to get the fucking Iron Maiden game changed for the stupid bullshit a few years ago. I don't care if their songs are decent, I am not forgiving them for that. It was so pathetically petty of them. But, you know, just a little thing to note. This is a perk that's been in the game. Yeah. Motionless and white standpoint, yeah. But yeah, so hopefully there'll be more game modes in the future, but there's been no word about it at the moment. Yeah, that's gonna be enough of that for now. I need to. So yeah, the other thing that came out, I'm just gonna try and find this trailer again. If I don't get a billion fucking spoilers for it. Here we go, the official trailer for the new. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Let's be honest. I mean, I have shown this before, but I'm just going to show it again. So this is the trailer for the newest expansion that's coming out. Very sort of analog horror-esque in a sense. But it's also showing off a new map that's going to be used. It gives you more analog horror vibes. I don't know if that's what they were going for with this particular trailer and the one previous, but... And this is the new Goth Girl survivor that's around. Oh, it's March the 12th, not 10th. I still need to make a note of that then. I thought it was the 10th, but it's actually the 12th, which is... Oh, a Tuesday. DVD? No, no, stop that. Fucking hell. Alright, whatever. So that's 2 weeks, Tuesday. So yeah, this is the new expansion that's coming out called All Things Wicked, starring a new... survivor called Sable Ward, who apparently is a friend of my favorite ginger cutie from the game, Michaela. Apparently she's a friend of hers that saw her disappear in live, apparently, and trying to find her. And the new killer, who I know absolutely fuck all about, but is called the Unknown. Apparently they carry an axe. That's the only thing I've seen. They have an axe. They carry an axe. I don't know what they do with the axe. Apart from chop people up with it, probably. But they have an axe. And they look a bit weird. They look a bit like something from The Thing-ish. But I don't know. Can't remember the name of the video. By the way, you've seen the Slender Man horror movie that everyone hates. Not that bad. Many things about it very decent. My camera work cause characters. Slender Man myth is just fine and empty in the movie. Just falls towards the end. Slender Man was just boring. Basically, with Slender Man, they just wanted to make the Ring. Like, you notice there's quite a few bits in that are, like, very like the Ring. Even the idea of having a cursed video that you watch, it felt like just uninspired. You know, the idea of Slender Man is cool. Explaining Slender Man is not. Which I think is something that was brought up in an old video once when people talked about horror. Like, with stuff like that, it's always cool to just imagine the idea of Slender Man, not to actually sort of explain it, talk about it, and keep showing him on screen, you know. But also the acting in that movie was shit. There were some decent ideas. I've seen the film. There's a cool scene at one point we're in a library and like they gag the mouth shut and it's like a scary little thing. It has its moments of being sort of interesting, but it's just very uninspired. It feels like they wanted to rip off The Ring here, The Grudge there, and then just had a very boring high school tier story. This was pathetic, really. So yeah, it's just bland. The non-horror scenes contain some of the best scenes of the movie. But yeah, I mean, there's also a new map as well. That theater you saw in the trailer is the new map. It's been a little while since they've done new Survivor and new Killer and new map that wasn't a license. You know, the last time they did this as a whole package was the Alien DLC, which was okay. But it's the last time they've done this with an original content. This is not licensed, this is original. So, apparently they only have 4 fingers, yeah. I mean, again, like with all things, I've avoided as many spoilers as I can. So I know nothing about what the Survivor brings to the table other than a new kind of perk called an That is apparently a new type of perk that Sable brings to the table. I don't know what that involves, but it's a new perk type, apparently. I'm not really bothered about the Survivor's perks because they're all just the same at the end of the day. The Killer, other than they have an axe, I don't know what they do. So, great. I have no idea what their power is, and I want to keep it that way. They look interesting visually, though. And the new map is a theater, which I believe I've only seen one visual picture of it, and I think it uses some assets from the Garden of Joy. But I don't know anything about the map. I kind of like the idea of a map based on a theater, though. That's kind of cool. Maybe it'll be like that one bit in that Backrooms game you got me to play and Spooktober last year, Pineapple. Liminal Spaces, or whatever that game was called. I forget its name now, but that was The Empty Man. Yeah, a collage of horror tropes is probably a good way of putting that, Maddock. It just, like, it didn't really want to do anything too original. It just did a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, this is coming out March the 12th. I'll be playing this when it comes out in 2 weeks on Tuesday. So I'll be doing a first impressions on then. I'll be my first time seeing all the stuff, so I'll have plenty to do. I mean, I'll have to get Sable to Prestige 6. I'll have to get the Unknown to Prestige 6. I got to check out the new map. They're doing some tweaks to some killers as well. So I'll have plenty to do in this game. So I'm a little interested in this expansion because I kind of like the idea that they've gone into analog horror as in the trailers. I don't know if the killer's going to have any analog horror elements, but time will tell. And that's really about it for the DVD, really, to be honest with you. Other than that, I'm joining the tome. I have spent some points. I do now have Michaela at rank Prestige 7. She's now the only survivor to have a Prestige of 7. She's going to be my sort of the main character I focus on for Survivor. Just like Sadako is my main killer that I would put points into on the killer side if I wanted to bother. Although in truth, I don't really have any reason to spend blood points other than just for the sake of not wasting the new acquisitions, I guess. So yeah, that's really all about what I gotta say about DVD. I'm not gonna play any games of this tonight. I'm only playing a game as it is, so yeah. Goodbye, maiden. Boop. Disappeared the screen. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Back to Doom for a little bit. I'm almost close to finishing this episode, so might as well do that, I guess. You take your payments in pancakes these days. I like how this door stays open, by the way. Not really going for the door fighting, eh? There will be no door fighting around these parts. Oh man, this outdoor section is like the amount of shotgun guys you gotta deal with. Oof. This is the cue. Because I like the whole window thing. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, I know some streamers have like a little, they pop the box off to the side, but I kind of like to, with these kind of games anyway at least, to pop it in the window as you got him, Biggie. You got him. Look at that. I've completely murdered this room before I've even gone into it. How cool is that? Lots of windows in this map. Lots and lots of windows. I thought I ended up being a trap in this room. Somewhere. I will take a look at that in a moment, Pineapple. I have 53 rockets for the final map. How good's that? Maybe a few more sequels, maybe I'd have like 60 or something. Now let's take a look at this video then. Kiss me, kill me. Alright. It's on Suitepee. Are there more talking on the plan? Yeah, there's a little bit more to go. Oh, it's the same people did that Thin Lizzy cover thing. Oh no. Long state today. This is a very good video. Give it a little time to build up. Alright. We're watching this now because Pineapple linked it. Oh no! The system's blocked. Oh, never mind. The boys. Help is coming. Gourd cop has been dispatched. Silly classified files. Okay. No.
Kiss me, don't matter, broken tree house. Swing me up on his hanging tire. Ring, ring, bring your flowered hat. We'll take the trail marked on your father's map. Oh, kiss me,
What?
don't matter, faded warnings. Leave me out through the crumbling wall. Barricade, strike up a bend and make the blowflies stand still for moon's darkening. So kiss me.
Need to get out, get the valves, just leave.
Kiss me beside the melting tree stumps. Kiss me down on the dead gray grass. Sniff, sniff, it smells so sickly sweet, but every way I turn there's rotting meat. Oh, kiss me.
It's a good parody
Don't like
song.
bubbling crow skulls. Kiss me beneath the black wet chains. It's impossible. I hear the voice of long dead loved ones calling out to leave quickly. So kiss me.
Or something else entirely?
Hold me. The air got cold so quickly. Kiss me. Perhaps you should go and wait, wait. What was your father's name? Why does his map feel just like human skin? Oh, help me beside the boiling tendrils. Help me.
like how they changed this song into a horror thing. Nothing spoken within this next section is mentioned outside this report. Do not attempt to analyze. Just agreed, there may be information within the ramblings.
Kiss me. I'm feeling so much better. Kiss me. To make you strong. Hide, hide. If when you shoot enough, your bones will hard and then your skin will soft. Oh, kiss me. You can't escape forever. Kiss me. I know you like black shades. Yes, love on your veins. Let me explain. A second pain gives way to pleasures only dreamed of. So kiss me. Kiss me.
Oh no, we're tripping. Pleasures on. Oh, we dreamed of. What's that got to do with the DVD trailer, bro? This is kind of nice. So you can't hear John. Oh no.
Kill me. I won't stay down much longer. Kill me. I'll only wake up stronger. Kill me. I've opened up the path. You wake up from this scary dream and laugh. Oh, kiss me. You'll never.
No one will believe you anyway. Oh, is that it? Oh. Oh, okay. Guess that's it. Oh, this is the person who sang the song. Duke Hazard. Alright, alright. Well, that was interesting. Kiss me, kill me. Well, that was pretty good. I've not heard that one before. So, yeah, thanks for that. I might be a right person to experience this firsthand. Alright, nice. Well, thanks for that, Pineapple. That was, a thing. So, okay, so, right, so at this point in the sweet state, I have talked about everything that I have wanted to, and so it is that time when, as I approach the final level, it is time for the audience questions. So, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask any of them. Are there any new releases you are excited for? I'll probably be killing an Ice Eggs lady, I think. If I ever saw them. To answer your question. We will see the Bruiser Brothers, yes. Most definitely. Oh, fucking hell, I picked up the armor. Shit. Now I have less protection because of that. Doesn't matter, we'll be fine. Are there any new releases I am excited for? As I've mentioned probably about 2 gazillion times, Coven. I am very excited for that. Hopefully that comes out in October. I'm still kind of waiting keenly for Back to Saturn X Episode 3, which supposedly is also coming out this year. The Tomb Raider remasters come out, which I was a little interested in. Quake 2 remastered already came out last year, which I didn't know was existing, and I guess I'm also interested in. Other than that, I guess there was Monomyth, that demo. Hold on a second.
Sorry.
Yeah, nice try, man. Okay. Mom's always so lovely, yes. Can I guess how many releases what do you think Mama Sweetpea? You didn't hear any of that. You're probably excited for quite a few, aren't you? I mean, since you're part of the Hellforge as well, of course. Middle. Get ready. We have 43 rockets. All the rockets. Easy enough if you have like 1,000,000 rockets to spare. Poison not hard even without. You can do this pistol start if you just use a chain gun a bunch. Well, she is. I mean, other than that, in terms of like new releases that I'm looking forward to, things that I'm like really hyped for, but actually, you know, oh yeah, I never played World of Horror last year, did I? I may have to make that a consideration for Spooktober later this year, because that game looks fucking amazing. I'm starting to actually look through all the games that are on my wish list to get me an idea of anything I'm super excited for. I guess if Beyond Sunset ever makes it to full release, that's a game I'd like to play. Because that was a really good game. I like Beyond Sunset. I guess I'm also interested in seeing how Killing Floor 3 turns out, since I've liked the previous 2 Killing Floor games. So Killing Floor 3 as well. But there's been no news on that, so God knows when that's coming out. Monomyth, of course, is that RPG game, looked pretty nice. Which I'm all interested in. Coven, of course, super interested in Coven, and both nothing else. Hellslinger? Yeah, looks alright. Tenebrous Somnia also looks interesting, but that's because of the history with Hellbound. I'm fascinated, but I'm not necessarily like super hyped per se. I'm just looking for the entire list of games. That's about it, really. Yeah, don't get me wrong, doesn't mean I wouldn't play it when it came out. I mean, there's like a lot of these Hellforge games that are going to be kind of interesting to play when they're fully ready. You know, like Supplies, Hellslinger, Reckless Frontier, Sulaco, etc. Divine Frequency. The horror one looked really good. In terms of atmosphere, at least. But yeah, the main game I'm super excited for is Coven, I'll be honest. Oh, shut up, Chicago. Stop it. Yeah, hopefully if that ever does come out, hopefully it comes out in Spooktober time. But yeah, other than that, you know, the main thing for me is it's not so much a case in my... It's not so much in my case that there's games I mean, there are games I want to see come out of early access, of course. But it's more of a case now that I want to start getting the time to play ones that have already been released that are already out here. Fun fact, you can actually kill all the enemies in this room and get 100%, but it requires a lot of work. I'm not even kidding, you can kill everything in this level, it's just a very hard run to do. So, yeah. Yeah, so I guess in terms of the games I'm super excited for, as I said, Coven, and whenever Back to San X Episode 3 comes out. That's about it. And maybe to a lesser extent, Killing Floor 3. So, are there any other questions that anyone can think of to ask about anything? And this is a shareware episode, man. It was amazing that this is the best episode of Doom 1 and it's a shareware episode that everyone could get for free if they wanted to. Amazing stuff. When will we see you try out corruption cards? Perhaps at some point later this year. Now, Old Misfit's been pretty heavy on the corruption cards as well. That's very good with Purge, yes, there's that too. Maybe later this year. I mean, once I've established the direction of the channel, man, I can start planning out stuff in my head, what I want to do next, That's why I'm really not kind of thinking about long-term streaming plans at the moment. You know, I want to have some plans of things I want to play for people, for myself as well. But, I'm pretty sure I could sell corruption cards just fine. And also Doom Infinite, that's the other one that a lot of people have suggested is really cool. It's just, you know, right now I need to complete my survey, decide what the future of the channel is going to be, and then take it from there, really. But don't worry, corruption cards, Doom Infinite, more mods. I know a few of you have asked for more mods to be played if I play Doom stuff, and definitely I will be looking into that. Man, to think that all this was created 31 years ago now. I know Jimmy Proverbial and the gang will be doing some cool stuff for Heretic's 30th anniversary. Oh yeah, that's going to be out soon, isn't it? When will I embrace the confident as a woo? I will never do that. Sorry. Anything else? Don't make me watch episode 2. Alright. I'm done with the Doom. I might let the demos run for a bit though, perhaps. Because it's been a long time since I've actually run the original Doom demos. So this could be fun. And that, by the way, was one of the things from the. That was one of the things from like the Doom Guy book as well, when John Romero was talking about the creation of Doom. Like, it's just interesting how many things that they created when they created Doom. They created Deathmatch with Doom. They created the precursor for like speedrunning with Doom, you know, with the Doom demo input system that they implemented so that people could retrace their steps with the demos, like the player steps, and see it play out. You know, they created speedrunning. They created the fast-paced action FPS gameplay at like 30 plus frames per second, you know. They increased the height of things, you know. It's just really cool to think that Doom did all of that in 1993. Wait, John Romero reads it as an audiobook. I may have to pick that up. I would love to hear Doom. I didn't realize there's an audiobook version. I'd have loved to have heard that. That would be awesome. I can still remember these demos to some extent, like we were playing on my old Doom 95. He gets sniped by a shotgun when he goes to the entrance. Yeah. I still remember watching these demos all the time on Doom 95. Back in the 90s. Crazy. I'm going to take a pause on that because I got some credit for DSD8 Doom, I guess. Doom game is Doom, that's true. He gave us a million years of mods, maps, and what have you, yeah. One of the interesting things I actually noticed from Doom Guy is, regarding talk about Doom 2, right, the impression I got from Masters of Doom is that they weren't really interested in making Doom 2 because they'd made Doom and they wanted to go off and just not do any more crunching and stuff like that, but they had the contract. So it gave the impression like they wanted to, you know, just get Doom 2 done and then move on to Quake kind of thing. But reading Doom Guy, you get more of the impression that they really did try to up the ante a bit. You know, you didn't really hear that sort of thing about the, you know, the Rockstar-y stuff and people being busy death matching or something like that. It gave more the impression they were all together, they all pulled through, they wanted to make it bigger. You know, they had to get a different artist to do the Doom 2 logo. They couldn't get the same artist as the same first game's iconic Doom logo thing. So that was interesting to hear, you know, the perspective from Romero himself about how the Doom 2 development went, you know, and how they implemented Dwango as well, which was like a pitch that was given to them in a conference for 2 minutes, and it led them to pursuing Dwango and creating the first online sort of servers as well, which was kind of cool. But yeah, there's this one here of one of my favourite maps in Doom 2, which is E22. So are there any other questions from the chat? You've basically gone 4 Crack Awards and pin one to find interesting. I think we'll pick what's mostly now playing through in order to sending news. Yeah, Alcinado's been doing that for a while. He's been going for like the CAC Award winners and playing some of them, which is kind of interesting as well. Are you a cutie patootie, John? And since the answer is yes, is man, I'm not answering either of those. Map game. That sounds familiar. I might have played that one. I think I might have actually played that one. Let me check actually. I can just go onto my little. I'm sure. In fact, wasn't it an Iron Man? Yeah, I've played that game. It was an Iron Man, I seem to remember. Iron Man League thing. I think I survived it as well. Didn't have to check the list really. I just knew I'd rated it. I couldn't tell you anything about it off the top of my head, but I remember the name of map game for some reason. So yeah. It feels a bit slower. It's just me. Doom 2's had a huge impact on its scene. I don't know if why it's crazy about Doom 2. Enemies make you count. Yeah, I mean, no doubt, Doom 2's increased enemy roster, super shotgun, definitely made Doom mapping a lot more fun to do. Because, you know, I've talked several times in the past about how, you know, Doom 1 maps are a lot harder to do better because of the limited monster bestiary, so you have to have more, you have to be more on point with the level design and creating fights, whereas in Doom 2 you can get away with it a little bit because the enemy roster is a bit more diverse, so you've got more options to make better fights just by the enemy encounters alone, especially around the mid-tier of enemies. Whereas Doom 1, it's really difficult because your mid-tiers in Doom 1 are Cacos and Barons. And maybe Lost Souls, I guess. That was a quick demo, I wonder who did that. That was John Romero's third attempt of the day. And then he said fuck it and went back to Quake. Yeah, speed map. Still one of the two good maps of Doom Episode 4 though. Why does this video only have 1.4k views? Yeah, I mean, I do like the Doom 1 mapping sometimes because it is interesting to see how people overcome the problem of the limited library of enemies in Doom 1, and it can be done well to some extent. And it is also nice just to play Doom sometimes without the fucking Archvowels and Revenants, honestly. But it is harder to do, generally. But I think it's more rewarding when people get it right, because, you know, there are ways to create good Doom 1 maps. You just have to be really good at mapping, or have a really good idea. Like, for example, Double Impact, which is, in my eyes, still one of the best Doom 1 map sets. The idea of Double Impact was simply just have a metric ton of enemies in every room. You know, have a lot, like, have the sort of the carnage of Episode 1, but up the scale significantly. So you could have maps of like 500, 600 monsters, and rooms would just be stuffed full of enemies to fight all the time, meaning for like massive encounters. And yes, it's like the usual combinations of lower tier enemies, imps, shotgunners, pistol guys, a few pinkies, lost souls, occasionally interspersed with the mids, but it's you know, because of the amount of enemies that are thrown in, it makes the fights interesting. It's a sense of scale and quantity of the fights that makes it interesting. And other people have done other things with some Doom 1 map sets, you know. Like usually it's just a case of adding custom enemies, or a D-hack here, or a tweak there, more than anything else, but yeah, it is interesting to see what people do with just the Doom 1 library sometimes. But obviously, in terms of overall mapping, Doom 2 maps are generally better because there's more enemies to work with, more different types of fights you can have. And theoretically, you could do exactly the same types of fights in Doom 2 as you can do in Doom 1 if you wanted to. If you just wanted to eliminate all the Doom 2 editions, you could do that. And perhaps also there's something to be said from the format of the episodic map sets of Doom 1 as well, compared to the 32 map slog of Doom 2. You know, like I mean, obviously, again, with modern Doom, it's very easy to create episodes of any size, but you know, it can be nice to have that, like, each episode has its own name and theme. He does amazing things with other monsters than Heretic. Yeah, because, I mean, Heretic already has a problem with monsters as it is, because Heretic's combat is not as good as Doom's. You know, because the weapons don't kill things quickly. The monsters aren't bad in Heretic, it's just that the weapons aren't as great. You know, it can be a slog to kill things. Hey, Savvy Jones, one. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more combos in Doom 2 than in Doom 1. Alright, so are there any more questions from the audience tonight, or is that it? Third time I've looped this demo now. Maybe just take me back to my Doom 95 days. Trying to get maximum Doom. I do remember saying once upon a time that I did want to play maximum Doom, but now I don't think I do anymore. Even though I do have it still installed on my phone. Am I ready for crazy combat tomorrow? Yeah, I think I'm ready for some combat tomorrow. Gonna be a bit of a late session, but that's fine. Good, I'm glad you're ready for the carnage I'm going to unleash upon you in the dark ones. No, I guess that's it for the questions for tonight. Fair enough. So yeah, just to quickly say that again, there's still people I'll be asking for my survey throughout the next few weeks. So keep your Discords or Twitch private chats ready. I will be getting into contact with the people I still need to talk to about the questions I have. I will still be putting it up. Hopefully next time I do this in April, I'll have a status report where I'll be able to say maybe it's finished. It would be nice if I could get everyone done by the end of March. Other than that, I could say my next stream is going to be on Sunday, when I will be starting my playthrough of Wrath Aeon's Ruin, which I'm looking forward to seeing if it's any good. Can't believe you went into that fireball. So yeah. That's all I had to say about that. So yeah, with that in mind, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you on Sunday for Wrath to see if it's any good. And since we have 12 people, thanks for we'll go raid somebody. The two to raid. There's a few people playing some stuff, but let's see what else is happening. I guess. Games Chronological Order Part 2. What's this channel's name again? Yeah, we'll give this person a raid, I think. No, I'm not going to rate Capelli. I'm going to rate this person because apparently they are playing all the Doom games in chronological order. So that means possibly maybe a first-time Doom player. That's always interesting to see if someone's playing it for the first time. Always a good thing to witness, I suppose. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you on Sunday for Wrath. Bye.